And we know that whichever one we use more, it grows. So seriously, give yourself a hand. Yeah, let me know where you're from. I put it in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the chat. We'll get this started off early. If you didn't already say hello, welcome yourself. Tell me in the chat, where are you from? So a couple of things from yesterday. Remember, we committed and raised our hand that no matter what, that we were going to do the challenge, right? Like we were going to do the challenge the day it happened and the day it was there. How do we do? How do we do? How we do? Right? Good. If you did a thumbs up, show me a thumbs up on your reaction. So just to let you know, if you see this right here, I'm going to show all of you guys. So see right here where it says, whoa. See where it says reactions right there? If you click on reactions, number one, you can do like or raise your hand, you can do thumbs up, hearts, whatever, you can do that. Also, see where it says view right here? Okay, you guys want to see speaker view. So you want it to look like that, where you see just one person. Okay, that way you'll see me. And that way it's easier. You'll see my slides and all that. So gallery looks like this. You want it to say speaker view in case you're not used to Zoom. And down here, reactions, you can put like wonderful things if you know how we're doing. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get this back here. I had to take that off. So I want to hear in the chat, talk to me about your experience. So yesterday, you know, it was different than what you're used to. Number one, you should be having your bracelet on, right? Like really focusing on what you're thinking to yourself. Number two, yesterday we talked to you about doing your 10 video text messages. And I know for some of you, that was hard. Like doing the video text messages was hard, right? It was different. It felt uncomfortable. You were nervous. But in the chat, tell me about your reactions. What happened? What was the experience on the other end, right? What was the experience on the other end of that? What happened on the other end? I want to hear what was the experience on the other end of sending people and I'm going to be watching these and let me see here, chat. I want to see. Yes, great responses from those that replied. My first couple of videos were strange, but by the end of it, every single person loved getting the videos. Yes, very positive. They loved it. Surprising, the feedback was great. All positive. Okay. Let me see. Rodney, you said you cried or they cried, right? I sent the wrong video to the wrong person. Oh, I've done that before too. I got a video back. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. So some of Tamika said some of them love them. It started conversations with former clients. That's the idea behind it. So let me go ahead and model this for you again. All right. Some of the things that we've had over the years are people will say to me, Krista, I'm new to a town. I don't know anybody. I don't know what to say, or I don't know what to talk about, right? Everyone knows people. You've got friends of friends on Facebook. Think about if you go to if your kids are in school, maybe they've got other parents or other businesses or places that you frequent often, right? If you've got to have you got to know somebody most likely, right? And if you don't, then start with your contacts in your phone. You never know who they might know. All right. It's a matter of just finding the solutions behind that. So here's how the video text messages work. And again, yesterday we had 200 people on the call. Today we only have 157 so far. Really, it's closer to 154 because my team is on there. What does that tell you? Right? It says it's hard for people to keep commitments. What should that tell you if you're on here? It should tell you that there's a lot of opportunity for you. Right? There's a lot of opportunity for you because most people will not do what it takes to get the success that they want. Remember, in order for you to get what it is that you want, you have to be that person. We don't get what we want. We get what we are. Right? We get what we are, not what we want. So in order for us to get what we want, we have to be that person. So showing up is number one. So understand that there's a lot of opportunity because most people do not do what it takes to actually see the true change. They're not willing to do what it takes, right? They want the stuff, they want the things. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from people, once I have the money, then I'll do the thing. Typically, it's the other way around. You need the thing to learn how to make the money, right? So you're here right now. You're showing up. You're here. Your competitors are not. But what I want you to understand that in most cases, that thanks for the thumbs up, Charlotte, that top producer, that person that's beating you, that's outranking you in your area, in most cases, they're willing to do what most people aren't. Sometimes, though, these people are just doing well by default. What do I mean by that? They've been the top producer for years, so therefore they're still the top producer, right? But when somebody comes in and someone starts to do things differently and they change and they're different and they're more innovative, people around you will take notice. People around you will take notice. So understand that once we change our behavior, our life will change. And again, I know people are worried about Corona and they're scared of Corona, but there is opportunity with Corona because most people are using Corona as an excuse to not propel. Okay. I just had a coaching call. One of my students said, I just had my best year in 2020 ever. She's a newer agent and she just lost 2 parents in 2020. She said, I have my best year by far. And it's all because of her mindset and the ability, because of her mindset, to implement new strategies into her business. That's during a worldwide pandemic. So what does that tell us? Anything is possible, but we have to be willing to show up. And that top producer that's doing things differently, in most cases, unless they're just a top producer by default, they're willing to do the things to get the things. Make sense? We got to do the things. So the good news is that if you look around you, there's probably about 157 people on here. We're missing about already 20%. So that's actually good for you because it means that you've got a lot of opportunity. There's opportunity because most people are not willing to do what it takes. All right. So anytime you start to think nervous about Corona or worried, I want you to think, no, this is opportunity right now. Opportunity. That's like the word, the opportunity. Because remember, our thoughts become our actions, become things, right? Thoughts become actions, become things. So I want to make sure that you really, really get that and are like, okay, I've got opportunity. I've got opportunity. This is opportunity for me. All right. And truly, 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 truly believe that. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and here we go. I'm going to make sure I use the right one here. I want to go to the right day so I get to go in the right spot. I want to go ahead and pull up a few things. Yesterday, a lot of you were asking for to see some of the graphs. And so I want to make sure that I pull up what it is that you had wanted. Ashley or Bashi, can you do me a favor? Can you get the here we go. All right. So I'm going to just go ahead and show this real quickly. A lot of you wanted to see this yesterday. So I want to go ahead and pull this. If you can take a picture of this if you want. This is what we talked about yesterday in about, producing content. So again, when you commit to consistently producing content correctly, you're going to make a connection with your community. So you're going to convert more clients and customers. This is so, so true. You just did that yesterday. Yesterday, you made a connection with people, right? You were committed to producing, giving them content, giving them something. So you made a connection with them. Very, very small activity that people really, really like. Done consistently, right? And the correct way, you will see results over time. So let's go ahead and just real quickly revisit what it looks like to do the video text messages. All right. We're going to find people in our phone, people in our contacts. Go through, start with letter A and just go down, then letter B, then letter C. Go on to Facebook and find friends of friends on Facebook. Find friends of friends. Oh, sorry. This one. Find friends of people that are on Facebook that have friends that you know. You go and you do one of two things. You just say hi, right? You say their name. So for example, if I wanted to text Marcy, right? Like I don't have time today to go onto to go onto Facebook or to go onto social media and to see what Marcy's been up to. I just grab my phone and I make sure that the background is good and there's no planes going overhead. And I just say, hey, Marcy, it's Krista. I just want to let you know that I saw you today on the call. Good job for showing up. That is awesome. Just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you and wish you the best of sex. Best of sex. I wish you the best of success, right? I wish you the best sex. Okay, that's good. I wish you that, right? Don't do that. If you do, just laugh it off. That was totally an accident. My teeth are too big. I have veneers, and sometimes like I say the wrong things or I bite my tongue. So then I just say, have a great day. I don't ask for business. I don't tell her I'm in real estate. I just say hello. All right. Or I go to Facebook and I look at something that someone's done. Let's just say maybe Kat Collins. Maybe I go to look up Kat Collins and I see that Kat Collins, her and her husband, went to a great, restaurant. And I just say, I love that restaurant. It's so good. Doesn't it feel so nice to be able to be out again? Like, I'm so excited. I just saw you. I wanted to say hello. And I just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you, and have a great day. Okay. Do we get it? It's that simple. Say their name. Don't ask for business. Don't ask for referral. Right? Don't tell them you're in real estate. This is a personal call that will absolutely turn into business for you, guaranteed, if you do it consistently. But again, what happens? Remember the Change Your Die study. What happens? We learn that there's this strategy that can really, really change our business. And we put in the number yesterday. We put in what that one deal a month, which really it's closer to 2, would mean if we actually did this consistently. But because we're so used to being doing what we normally do, sometimes we go back to our original behavior. I'm going to really, guys, do me a favor, make sure you're checking that admittance room for me. Okay. They're kind of coming in still. So do me a favor and think about this. Remember the Change Your Die study. And I want to take a little bit more time talking to you about the Change Your Die study. The Change Your Die study is when a doctor told patients that if they did not change their behavior, right, they had a medical condition, that they would die if they did not change their behavior. After a year, what happened? 9 out of 10 people went back to their original behavior. And they were going to die. That just shows us how difficult change is. However, there was another group that had coaching, accountability, and support from like-minded people. After that year, you were 77% more likely to continue to do it, right? So 7 out of 10 made the change instead of 1 out of 10. Okay, almost 8 out of 10. So it just goes to show us that we are so used to our normal behavior. We have got to learn strategies and techniques and put ourselves around people, right, that are like-minded so we can actually make that change. So what happens with something like this, and only a 5-day challenge, and let me explain something, that as a coach, I believe you should never, ever do anything that you're not willing to do. Okay. I eat my own dog food. If I teach you to do 10 video text messages, you darn well know I used to do 10 video text messages, right? If I tell you to do your daily sheet, I'm doing my daily sheet. If I tell you to be positive, I'm being positive. All right. I eat my own dog food. That's the reason I've had the success that I have had. Would you like to have 2 days of live coaching directly from me, where we're actually going to go over one strategy that in 2020 brought in 48 seller transactions? Well, you want to go to KristaMashore.com/2dayslive. That's KristaMashore.com/2dayslive. Our next live is actually February 22nd and 23rd. It's only $97 and you get coached directly from me all day long for 2 days straight. So if you're wanting more sellers and you're wanting to learn to utilize video and social media in your business, then show up to our next 2 days live. Go to KristaMashore.com/2dayslive and I will see you there. And so with that being said, it's like we have to understand is that if we know these things work and we're being told, oh, this can happen, we have to be willing to do those things. Okay. And we have to really take a look at ourselves and say, what is it that I can do to make sure that I continue to do that? So let me just share my screen again with you. And I want to show you, I love this graph. And this actually, I learned this idea from another coach that I've hired. And I just I love it so much, because what happens is that, what happens is that we get excited about things. Okay. So we get excited about things, present, let me go move this over. And then this is how life works. Okay. So let me know that you can see this graph? Can you see this, the chart? Okay. So if you look at the first line, this is you doing an activity. Okay. And then you don't see the results from that until you're over here. Okay. Then you do the next activity again, you see the results over here. Right? You do see and you see results over here. Many people, because they don't see the results right away, what they do is they stop doing that activity and they go back to their normal lifestyle. However, when you do A through G, the compound effect, doing all of those together, look at how radically the line starts to go up. Do you see that, everyone? All right. So the idea is for us to never break the chain. What we do, because eventually you're gonna notice that, oh my gosh, I haven't broken the chain yet. And like now I'm seeing the pendulum swing. But the problem is that many people, when they start to see, right, like they start to see, oh, maybe I've kind of fallen back, they don't continue. But look, when you hit W over here, do you see how quickly the results go? The reason why we're seeing exponential growth is because of something called the compound effect, right? The compound effect is one of the 7 wonders of the world. But many people, because remember that Change Your Life study, they don't give it the time that it takes to actually be able to see that compound effect, because we become creatures of habit. Old habits die hard. Okay, so I took a challenge for 75 days. This is what the challenge consisted of. You had to work out twice a day for 45 minutes. One of them had to be outside. You had to read 10 pages of a physical book every single day. You had to have no alcohol, which during coronavirus was hard, right? And you had to have a really strict diet, like commit to a certain specific diet. And you had to take 1 progression picture every day. When I started that challenge, I made a commitment that no matter what, I would finish and I would not break the chain. Like, I'm doing it. I made the declaration to my students. And guess what? On day 73, I fell down my stairs. I fell down my stairs. Like I have granite stairs. So I ended up fainting because I thought I was in so much pain. I thought I broke my arm. My husband heard me fall down. He comes to get me. I faint. I will tell you, because of the commitment and the mindset, I still worked out that day and finished my challenge. So if I can do a 75-day challenge, that's all those things, you can do 4 more days. Do you all agree? Do we agree? Again, I eat my own dog food. I never ever do anything that I teach. But I did 75 days, right? That's like a lot more than I'm asking you to do. I'm just asking you to do 5. Okay. And so I want to continue and urge you to continue not to break the chain, to continue on with what it is that I'm teaching you, because I want to see you have success. Okay. So some of you are thinking, well, Krista, I don't know who to trust, right? Who do I trust? Like, I'm being told to just run a Facebook ad. I'm being told to do a video. I'm being told to do all these things. Like, who do I trust? Well, let me tell you who I trust. I trust the Fortune 500 companies. So remember how I told you yesterday that in almost every year of my business, I've sold over 100 homes, but there was 1 year that I didn't. So when the market, I'm going to tell you about that year right now, because I want you to understand that you can be here and very quickly go to here if you're willing to put in the work and do what it takes. Okay. So I was fortunate enough to be able to, not fortunate, I actually worked for it, but I did this strategy called the Dream 100. So when I first entered real estate, as you know, my first year I sold 69 homes, and I did really, really well for a while. I could tell that the market was probably going to have some type of a shift, because we were having like crazy bidding wars. Houses from 1 week to the next were appraising for 100,000 more. And so I thought, this is not looking right. So I kind of thought there could be some kind of a crash. So I started traveling the country, and I ended up getting 13 different banks, asset management companies. I had the HUD account. I had Freddie Mac. We had Green River Capital, Wells Fargo, Wachovia back then. Washington Mutual, was it one of them? World Savings actually went away, but I had all of these banks, and I sold their foreclosures. So in the height of the market, when the market was really, really bad, I was selling around between 150 and 169 foreclosures and short sales. Okay. Then luckily for the market, right, the market got better. But what happened was, it seemed like almost seamlessly overnight, my business went from me doing amazing to me going down to 12 properties. It was great for the economy. I'm so thankful it happened, but my business, like, bye-bye. Okay. So I realized, oh my gosh, I need to change things. So I went on a listing appointment, and I lost the listing. And I always encourage everyone, including you, if you ever lose a listing or you don't get an appointment, they don't choose you, always call and say, hey, I would just love some constructive criticism. I'm trying to be the best agent I can be. Can you please let me know why you didn't hire me? And they said, Krista, we loved you, but the last guy called you the foreclosure queen. And I was like, I am the foreclosure queen. Like, nobody knows me, right? Nobody knows who I am. Nobody knows what it is that I do. I haven't marketed myself whatsoever. and I need to completely reposition who I am. So I had to go after a whole different segment of the market. I had to completely rebrand myself. I had to go after, get the word out that I was an agent. So I started studying what the Fortune 500 companies do. And I learned that they use something called content marketing. All right. I call it engagement marketing. And that is what I teach. Is what I'm teaching you right now, how to engage with your community. How do I engage with people? How do I add value? Right. You think about companies like there's this hotel chain, and they create this article on how to make sure that when you go to a hotel, you don't get bed bugs, right? Or you think about Whole Foods. Whole Foods talks all about healthy living and having a healthy lifestyle. That is engagement marketing. They're not talking to you about, how to find the best peanut butter, the healthiest peanut butter. They're talking about a lifestyle. They're engaging you. They're drawing you in. They're serving. They're not selling. It's an attraction-based business model, which brings us to secret number 1, how to attract business and stop chasing it by grabbing attention and being seen as the go-to expert. Remember, what's our job? Our job is to pull people in. Right now, let me ask you a question. How many of you, and I'm looking at you right now, how many of you have like big time ups and downs? Can you guys mute them for me, please? Ups and downs in your business. You're like busy and then you're not, busy, not, ups and downs. Do you have those? Okay. And you're always like chasing. The second that you stop, doing that open house, the second that you stop sending out that newsletter, the second that you stop calling people, then business kind of goes away. Yes, you've got referrals, okay, but you cannot, referrals are great, but you can never say, I'm going to get this much business. Like if I do this, I'm going to get this much more business. You can't really quantify and put a number behind a referral. Agreed? Right there, you can't I'm guaranteed this kind of business from that. So many of you are doing things like you're posting on Facebook, you're sending out emails, you're in the news, paper, magazine, you're going to networking events, you're doing these things, but the second that you stop doing those, everything stops. Right? That's why if you go to business, you go on vacation, everything stops. All right. So I want you to think about something. How much competition do you have in your business? You know what I hear from every single agent? There's so much competition, Krista. My area is saturated. Well, I've got news for everyone. That's everyone. And the reason being is because real estate is the easiest thing to get into, the easiest profession to get into. And it's so insane to me because you can make, it takes a doctor 13 plus years to become a doctor. He spends hundreds of thousands of dollars going to Cornell or Harvard or wherever he's going. And then he gets out of school after all these years and he has to do a residency for several years. And he's barely making any money. And as a real estate agent, I will tell you that I made more money than most doctors I will ever make. But the reason that I did that was because I was willing to invest the time just like the doctors did. I put in the time, I put in the education, I hired the coaches, I did these things to help me get to that level. But many of us are not willing to do that. So we have to be willing to invest in ourselves and our skills and our resources to get to that place. Okay. And you can make way more money than a doctor. My daughter, she is going to a beauty college and I thought it was $18,000. She's like, Mom, it was $22,000, $22,000 to $25,000. She has to go to beauty school for 18 months, 4 days a week. And she has to do all this stuff to go and cut hair making $30 an hour. But yet we as agents, we're not doing that. So we have to be willing to really, really invest in ourselves. And how do we make sure that when we show up to the world, right, that we don't look like this? Here's the deal. This is how competitive it is for you. Remember, in order for you to be known, in order for you to be known, you have to be seen and you have to be heard. Right, everybody? We got to be known, we got to be seen, we got to be heard. So how do we stand out? How do we make sure that we stand out amongst our competition? We have to be willing to do what others are not. I'll give you good examples. Back before I was doing social media and video, back before I learned how to utilize Facebook ads, what I did back then was, number one, I remember 8 years ago or so, hiring a company to do a commercial for me. So it was like $2,000 to do this commercial for me for 30 seconds. And I spent $3,000 a month putting that commercial at the movie theaters. Okay. Now I can create video content that costs me pennies to the dollar, and I can get several hundred hours of watch time on a video, right? For pennies of what it used to cost me to advertise in the movie theaters. I have not marketed at the movie theaters for a very long time, and I still hear people say, they don't say, I used to see you. They say, I see you at the movies. I still hear, I see you at the movies. I'm like, it's been 4 years since I've marketed on the movies. But people, because it was so ingrained in them, they still remember it. When people were doing black and white flyers, I was doing 4-page color brochures. I was taking a CD and putting the CD on the sign with 50 different pictures on the CD. I was also marketing on the commercials on television. My point is that the more different we can be, the quicker that we can go up, right? We have to be willing to be innovative and to be different and to have our unique value add. Otherwise, what happens is what? If we don't do that, everyone, what happens is that we are just like everyone else. We don't stand out. We need to stand out to the crowd. So Krista, how do I stand out? Remember, in order for you to be known, you've got to be seen and you've got to be heard. And I want all of you to understand that the goal is to get people to know you, to like you, to trust you. And even if you're an expert, if they don't see you as an authority, it won't make a difference. So what do I mean by that? Let me ask you as a question here. And if you've already answered this and you know about this, don't answer. But why are you here on this call? So do me a favor, put it in the chat. Remember, natural learning, I should see 185 comments in the chat. Why are you here taking this challenge with me today? Why are you here? And then I'm going to go ahead and read some of them to get better. Okay, good. Keep going. Let me see here. You guys are awesome. To improve my income, to learn to be more successful. I want to learn how to, it's so fast. Good. Make a difference. Good. Keep going. Learning video. I want to stand out, not stop chasing. A reset, minister reset. Okay. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. What are you wanting? I want to hear all of them. Remember, natural learning. What? High energy equals high incomes. We're doing income right now. You're more likely to implement. You're more likely to learn if you actually do this. Keep going, all of you. Woo-hoo. My daughter heard that. I love that one. Get better, get better. Okay, everyone, keep going. But here's the thing that I have to tell you. You are giving me right now your most valuable asset, which is your time. The only reason that you are here with me is because you trust that I can help you. I know you want, but the reason you're right here with me right now is because you trust that I can help you. You see me as an authority in real estate. Maybe you've read my book, or you've seen me on stage, or you've listened to my podcast. The point is that you want those things, but you'd never let me help you if I didn't establish trust. You see me as an authority. Do you understand that, everybody? That is what we are trying to teach you to do, is to establish yourself as the authority. Because even if you thought that I was like the best digital marketer in the world, and you know that I've sold 2,200 homes, and you know I've created $10 million, $11 million in online sales in 3 years, it doesn't make a difference if I did not establish trust. Number one, in order for me to be known, I had to be seen, I had to be heard. You saw me, most of you, I'm stalking you on Facebook, right? Like I'm stalking you on Facebook. I'm going where you're going. I'm making sure that I'm giving you content and value. I'm serving. That's why you're here. Do you get that, everyone? So important for you to understand that. That's what I'm teaching you how to do. Okay. That might mean, everyone, that we have got to kind of jump outside of our comfort zone. So the stats that I'm going to show you right now, I want you to pay attention, because this is going to help you understand how to jump out of your comfort zone. And here's the deal. Some of you might be thinking, well, this is not going to work in my town because I live in a big town. It's too big. Or I live in a town that it's too small. I'm letting you know, this works in any town. It works for every profession. It works whether you're a brand new agent or a mediocre agent. Okay. Where do you go when you want to, you're in a different town. I'm sorry, I have my camera in the way, so sometimes I can't see. I can't see my little things here down below. If you're in a different town and you want to go to a nice steak dinner, or you want to get a pizza, where do you go, everyone, to look for that? Where do you go? Everyone tell me. Yell it out loud. Online. You go online. You go on Yelp. You go on Google. You Google. Okay? When you create video content, when you push that video content onto YouTube, when you push that video content onto your website, you start getting something called SEO, search engine optimization. Search engine optimization helps you show up when people are looking. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. Here is an example. Remember, you just told me where people go. You're 53 times, not percent, 53 times more likely to show up on Google if you have video embedded into your website. Why? Because your website is linked with Google. YouTube, the second largest search engine in the world next to Google, is YouTube. YouTube is owned by Google. When you put video content on Google, you start showing up on the first page on Google. Again, you just told me where everyone goes to search, they go on Google. Here's an example. Before doing what Krista teaches, it took me a little over a year for my last website to start showing up in searches. But here I am already coming up 5th on Google for 2 searches within weeks of implementing her tactics. Okay, so it works. Here we've got another one. Looks like I have 3 videos on page 1 of Google after 3 months of me kicking butt. Not too shabby. Thanks, Krista. Why? Because video content is key. According to Forbes, 90% of customers say video helps them in making a buying decision. Everybody, understand this. People are buying you. You are a product. You are a service. If they're 90% more likely to utilize you, do you think that we should start using video? Everyone say yes. They're 90%. You get 53 times more likely to show up on Google. Because why? Why is this the case? Because we're developing trust. We're being seen. We're being seen as the authority and as the expert. And we do this by showing up where people are when they are there. If this is making sense, everyone, shake your head so I can see your understanding. Good. Okay. And why am I doing this right now? Because I know that for most of you, video is so hard. We are afraid of how we look. We're afraid of how we sound. We don't want to be stupid. We think that we're too thin or we're too heavy. We don't like our hair. We have a big nose. No, what if I say something wrong? Like, we're human. We don't want that. But I want you to understand just how powerful video can be and absolutely change your business. And also, views while you snooze. Right? Your video content is doing more selling for you than everything else. Do you want to stop having this? Okay. Your video content will work while you're on vacation, while you're sleeping, while you're enjoying Sunday brunch with your kids. I don't want to make donuts for the neighbors at an open house. I want to make donuts for my kids. I want to enjoy my family on the weekends, but I still want my content to work for me. Many of you are tired of the ups and downs and all these things, and it's like you can't seem to make it work. You're creating content, but nobody's seeing it. Remember, we got to commit to consistently producing content correctly. We've got to make sure that that content is actually seen, or it's not going to do us any good. If we can make sure that content gets seen on a regular basis over and over, it's impossible for our community to forget about us. Ashley, will you fix that slide? It's been there like 4 times. I need to get that fixed. If you make that thing, Jude, for me, please, on that slide. Okay, 84% of people say that they've been convinced to buy by watching a video. 84% of people say that watching a video makes them more convinced to buy something. Again, everyone point to me and say, people are buying me. People are buying me. I'm a product. I'm a service. Okay, people are buying me. After implementing Krista's strategies, my income increased by $203,000. That was a 175% increase in transactions. Okay, by using video. 80% of video marketers say video has directly helped increase their sales. I want this to stick. I want this to stick. Less than 3 months, such an amazing change. I left my 9-to-5 job and my business has already grown by 500%. Okay, I want to show you this right here. Can you guys still see? Perfect, you can. Let me just stop sharing for 1 second here because I want to make sure that I click the button correctly. Remember, what gets celebrated gets replicated. I want to help you with your limiting beliefs.
Hi Krista, this is Maini here. Sorry for not making an edited video for you, but this is becoming more and more of my reality, just being on the go, moving constantly. So I just wanted to stop by and say how thankful I am for everything you helped me accomplish with your coaching, with your support, with your guidance. You have just, well, you do have an idea, but it's been amazing. As you know, I'm a newer agent. I have been an agent for just a little bit over 2 years now, and I joined you with EXP in July of 2020. And just for record, we are just starting November of 2020 now. I was a part-time agent for the majority of the time I've been a licensed agent. I just went full-time a month after I joined you. I just, got that confidence, that boost of confidence. I'm like, I'm gonna do this full-time. This is it now. And I haven't regretted for a second since. I was doing probably one deal every other month, being under contract. And now, as of today, no longer 9, Krista, it's 10. 10 pending deals under contract, and I have 1 active listing that I'm really trying to sell. And as of today as well, this last 2 days, I just signed up a new agent under me.
Oops, sorry.
As a sponsor. Well, not under me, but I sponsored a new agent on the agent attraction, and this is so exciting. It's the first of many to start building that wealth, for the future. Because right now I'm young, I can still be busy, but in the future I definitely want to start traveling, enjoying life more. So very excited. This is all thanks to implementing everything that I've been learning with you, and I still have so much more to learn. It has been quite a lot. It's only been 4 months, and I've learned so much from what I was able to take the classes for. I'm still in module 6. I haven't even finished the module. So if your new students are afraid that they haven't really finished everything, don't worry. Things are gonna come as they come. You take your time. As soon as you implement every single thing you learn, even if it takes a little longer, that's all it takes. And that's what I've been doing, and it's been amazing, the repercussion that I've been getting from every single action I did during this, since I joined Krista. And I am so excited. I took that leap of faith, and went full time and joined Krista's coaching program and changed to EXP, which was
okay. So some of you right now might be thinking, well, Krista, I'm nervous about this. I don't think I could do those videos. I don't care how much you say these videos have helped. I don't think that I can actually do it, right? You're concerned that you might not be able to do it. What I wanted to let you know is that anybody can do anything if they just try, right? Anybody can do anything. So I'm going to we talked about how important videos are, and I want to show you right now an example of somebody when they first started doing video and later on.
Yeah, he said he wants to get, he's gonna see if we
can you do me a favor, Ashley, if you're on here, can you, or Jude, can you take from the 2-day event, there's 2 videos, like a before and after of someone. I can just try to grab it real quickly. I want to be able to show them this real quickly, because I know some people right now are thinking I can't do it. I'm scared. I want to show you that anything can be taught and anything can be learned. I found it, everyone. I found it. Anything can be taught and be learned. So I'm going to show you an example, and I want you to tell me what you notice about what I'm going to show you right now, from beginning to end here. You know what? I don't see it. I'm looking for the one video. I think it was not Yasmin, but it shows the video, shows her doing a video, and then it shows her doing a video at a later time. Can you help me find that? It was on one of the old slides, but for some reason it's not on here. I want to be able to show them that, to give them the confidence that anything, absolutely anything can be learned. I think it's important to be able to do that. All right. So let me just go ahead and share. Here we go again. Okay, so Leslie, I remember Leslie came to me and she was like, Krista, I was so afraid of doing video. And about 4 months of doing video, I remember her on a call and she's like, Krista, I've been doing everything. I don't see it happening yet. Okay. And then all of a sudden it did. So that's why it's so important to make sure that we give it the time and let the momentum take place. Can you guys see the screen?
And so today I was late. Let me tell you this, I was late today. And the reason I was late is because my husband and I were doing a video, which is a huge deal. If you know my husband, he was so skeptical when I first got in the program. He thought this was all, like a crock, and thought it was a waste of my time. And well, now he's jumping on the video train. So it's because we know how much the program works. So last year, so I sold 26 houses in 2018. In 2019, my team sold, just me and another agent, we sold 82 houses.
Dang.
Yeah. And so what I ended up doing is what I have learned, I would say that the program definitely gets me a lot of buyers, but the big increase that I've seen is listing.
Now, the reason there's so many more listings is because what happens is when you start to create this content and you're solving a problem, you're going after sellers, you attract more sellers. How many people right now would like, I want sellers, right? Like, we all want sellers, not buyers, right? We do that with buyers. There's 30 offers. You have to write with no contingencies, remove your deposit. I mean, there's bidding wars. It's a nightmare. So we create content to get what we attract. Remember, marketing is attraction. Attraction is marketing. So I want to have you understand that that's the whole goal, is to create content and attract what it is that we are trying to attract, so that we end up working with who we want to work with. All right. So 74% of users who watched an explainer video about a product subsequently bought. Video is key. Okay. Here we got Darlene. Today I looked at the stats, and the buyer video reached 106,000 with impressions of 126,000, 229 link clicks, and 2,899 through plays. What that means is 2,899 people watched her entire video. Okay, do you think that if you had that many people watching you over and over and over again, that would help? Yes. All right. This right here shows when you do utilize video in your business, this shows how it increases in click-through rates significantly. All right, significantly. So video works. What also starts to happen, so this is an example of Alex. He has something called the 24-hour club, where he gets more watch time in views than there are in a day. So our less than 2-minute video got almost 72 hours of watch time in only 2.5 days. And I've gotten 8 referrals, adding up to 12 new clients in a 2-week period. Remember, refer, retain, resell. When people are seeing you over and over again, and you're getting that much watch time, there's a reason why. Why do we think that McDonald's markets during the Super Bowl? Again, why? Because McDonald's wants to have eyes on them. In order for us to be known, we have to be seen, we have to be heard. Think about producing content over and over again and having it get that kind of exposure over and over again. Much more effective and efficient than just doing an open house. Now imagine this. Imagine now you go to your seller and you say, Mr. Seller, here's what the traditional agents are doing. They're doing open houses and cold calling and those kind of things. But according to the National Association of Realtors, I know that 67% of buyers will walk through a home that they see online. Now, that's not my stat, Mr. Seller. That is the stat of the National Association of Realtors. And so I want to show you what we can do to expose your home to the masses, right? I want to show you what we do to get your home to show up in front of like a lot of people, not just the few. So when you go to a seller and you now show him what makes your listing different, I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay. So when most people are going out, and what they're doing is they're talking about their marketing strategies. Imagine showing a seller how you can remember, what do we want to do? We want to be different. We want to be unique. We want to add value. So we want to be able to show a seller what it is that we're doing to create our own competitive market advantages. And I'm going to show you what that looks like right here. So you can kind of see what it is that there we go. That we're doing to show our unique competitive value add to our sellers. Okay. This is part of the reason why we're getting more listings and a higher higher price point. Remember, we need to be different
as well. And we understand that here at Homes by Krista, you deserve all of those things. Your home deserves it, and your home deserves maximum exposure. We need to expose your home to the thousands, not just the few.
We do this by thinking outside of the box and by using a highly comprehensive digital marketing strategy that we have yet to see any other agents utilize in our area. We focus on innovation, technology, video, and social media. And here's the kicker, and where most agents fail. We use them the right way. Now, what do I mean by the right way? Well, according to the National Association of Realtors, only 16% of agents are using social media. But from my extensive research, we found that less than 1% across the nation are actually using it correctly. Many agents are using the buzz term that they use social media and technology. However, agents who have not been trained in this comprehensive digital marketing strategy are just doing things like posting on their personal page or posting on their business page. But that just is not enough. You see, Facebook is a business and they make their money from people advertising on Facebook. So to properly expose your property, you have to run ad campaigns. This ensures that massive amounts of people actually see your home. Here are just a few examples of what I mean by this. If you look at the number right here, you'll see where it says reach. Well, that's the number of people that are actually seeing this advertisement for this home. Can you imagine the power of having over 132,000 people actually seeing your home online? And here's another example showing 76,000 views. That's a lot, isn't it? We create amazing landing pages of our homes on social media, and we use video when doing so. According to Orion 21, landing pages with video have up to 800% more conversions than the same landing page without a video. Here's another crazy statistic I think you should hear about. According to the National Association of Realtors, 67% of buyers are going to walk through a home that they see online. So you can only imagine how important it is that I expose your home to as many prospective buyers online as I can. Because if 67% of people that see your home are likely to walk through it, then it's my fiduciary obligation to make sure that I expose your home to the masses. Also, we can target your specific home to people both locally and out of the area. This is called geographic detailed targeting. We do this not only on Facebook, but also on various other social media platforms. Here's another example of just a few properties that we advertise, and you can see.
Now, I want you to understand something. When you're creating content like this and getting this kind of exposure, what's happening also is you're exposing yourself. Okay, you're also exposing yourself. You're marketing yourself and your clients at the same time.
The amount of hours that people were watching the videos. That's so much more powerful than just doing an open house, which typically only attracts looky-loo buyers and of course your neighbors, right?
Did you know?
Okay, so now that's an example of, now remember the stats about video, right? How videos convert, the type of people making a decision. If I'm competing with somebody, do you think they're going to beat me? No. Okay, I'm going to show you. So let me just give you guys, make you feel a little bit at ease. Okay, a lot of times when you take these trainings, they're going to try to have you go do a different type of a training. I want you to understand something. What we're going to be offering you on Thursday is to do a 2-day training. That's $97 for you to show up to, where I literally go over my listing process strategy on how we were able to get 48 listings just from that one strategy last year, which resulted in over $740,000 in commissions. So ease yourself, ease your mind. You're not going to get asked to join this massive, huge coaching program. What we're going to offer you to do is to take a deeper dive into all the things that I'm showing you here, because it's impossible for me in a 5-day time frame, an hour and a half a day, to really deep dive. So what we're going to be doing is on Thursday, talking to you about how you can spend 2 full days with me personally coaching you for $97. Okay. We're going to go into that and a lot more things in much, much more detail. That will be on the 23rd and 24th of February. It's an all-day Monday and all-day Tuesday. So just know that. So now what happens when I show somebody, that video, by the way, is 17 minutes long. Do you know that we track if people watch it? Guess what the percentage of people that watch that video? It's over about 93%. Why? Why are they watching that? They're watching it because of the way we position it to them, number one. And also, it's their most important valued asset. Okay, if I'm meeting with someone, they're watching that. What does that video do for me? Remember that picture I showed you with all those agents? That video gives me my own unique competitive value add. People see that. Number one, if they're interviewing multiple agents, I guarantee you they're going to interview me too, right? They're not going to pick somebody else before they meet with me. They're going to meet with me. And then when they meet with me, I'm going to get it 99% of the time. 99%. If I don't get it, it's because I'm too hyper. I just really screwed up, right? I picked my nose. I don't know. I did something really, really bad because of all the things that I do to make sure it's like, I'm winning before I arrive because they're seeing me on. Michelle, you are missing some really good stuff right now. I hope that phone call is important. So when I'm winning before I arrive, because number one, what am I doing? I'm developing a relationship. I'm adding trust. I'm showing that I'm the authority figure. Okay. And then now I'm positioning myself completely different than any of my competitors are. No one's talking about any of that stuff. And I do that for 17 minutes long, right? I mean, they are buying me. I'm selling myself before I even show up to their home. Do we get it, everybody? All right. Okay, good. Now, why am I showing you this? I want you to understand the power of doing it because I know many of you, now here's some of you are thinking this. You're thinking, I can't do a video that great. You don't start there, you end there, right? I can tell you, I have screwed up so many videos. I still screw up right now when I'm talking to you. I make mistakes. I'm not human. Hopefully you still like me. You're like, you know what? She's pretty smart. Who cares that she said that wrong word or that thing? It's a matter of starting. You start, you be perfectly imperfect. You take action. Done is better than perfect. Done is better than good at first. Okay, pretty soon you'll get good, but you gotta suck before you're good. Okay, that's later. Remember, you need your GPS. I gotta have goals and guidance. I need a plan and a blueprint, and I need support and strategy, and I can get you there. But it doesn't start there. Okay, but many of you are too afraid to start. And then you do it once and you stop. Remember that momentum, you're afraid. I will tell you, when I went to coach, I was mortified to be a coach. I was like, oh my gosh, who am I to coach? Like, why should I be coaching these people? Who am I to do it? I've had to work on my mindset, right? Now I'm like, I know I'm the best dang coach out there because I see the results I can get, but also I believe it and I know it. But I didn't start that way. I mean, you don't just all of a sudden become a coach and think that you're great, right? No, you make a lot of mistakes. Anything can be learned if you're willing to learn it. Anything. Okay. So if some of you are thinking, well, I'm not technical, or I'm not good enough, or I'm too experienced, I'm too new, or oh my gosh, there's already a top producer. Take that out of your head. Anything can be taught, especially if you're unique and different. No one else is doing that unless they're in my program, quite frankly. They're not doing the things that I'm showing you. Okay. Let's keep going here. Nice. Just stop this real quickly. There we go. I need to go to the right one. Okay. Where was I at? Well, that's the wrong one. That is for the other class. Tells you exactly what to do. All right. Okay. So we did this. We did that already. Okay. Oh, I love this one. So video marketers get 66% more qualified leads. Do you want more qualified leads, everyone? Say yes, right? Say yes. We want more qualified leads. We want qualified leads. We want closings. Okay. Chris went from 50 minutes of video views each week to over 2,600, and it's steadily going up. And he can trace over $20,000 from the results of the program. That's 43.3 hours of watch time. Okay, that's a lot. An introductory email that includes video receives an increase in click-through rates by 96%. Why did I tell you guys to do the video text messages? For that reason right there. Right? Everything I teach is research behind it. That's why. The other reason why I told you guys to do video text messages are all the other things I told you about. All the other stats. Okay? It's not rocket science. It's just research and implementation. But here's the thing, everybody. Sitting here right now and being on this call is not going to do you any good unless you implement consistently. Implementation is where the good stuff is. It's an implementation. Okay. 90% of information that's transmitted to the brain is visual, and visuals are processed 60,000 times faster in the brain than in text. That is why we do video. The average user, the average user spends 88% more time on a website when it has video on it. We want people to be on our websites longer, don't we? Yes. Landing pages with videos have up to 800% more conversions than the same page without a video. 800% more conversions. Remember, we want conversions. Remember the stat? You need to commit to consistently producing content correctly so you can make a connection, so you can convert more clients and customers. Conversion is key. We don't just want leads. We want qualified leads that want to work with us and want to choose us to be their agent. Video attracts 2 to 3 times as many monthly visitors and doubles their time spent on the site. And I love, love, love this even more, increases organic traffic by 157%. I hope that what I'm doing right now is hitting you. Here's the idea. This is a funnel. Okay, you put content out there to a cold audience. When you put content in front of there, not just in front of your friends and family. Remember, when you saw that your old client at Home Depot and they said they bought a house and they didn't use you, remember that? It's because you were not top of mind. So we want to create content top of funnel that reaches our friends, our family, our past clients. Then we get more referrals, more repeat business. We retain more customers. But what we also want is we want everyone else in our community to see us. We want to be seen by the masses, not just the few, right? And we do that by properly distributing the content. So now we send content out there and we're like, okay, here's a video. People are seeing it. Now I can tell how much time somebody's watching that video. Now I'm going to send them another video that's similar to the first video, right? So in other words, the more your content speaks directly to someone, the more likely people will convert. Let me give you an example of that. Okay, let me give you an example of that. It's a great time to buy a home. Interest rates are super low. It's more affordable today than it was a year ago, even though prices have increased just about 10%. Well, guess what? Let's just say I'm a seller, and that seller wants to sell, but he's afraid he's not going to be able to find a replacement property. Is he listening to my message? Probably. No. What if I'm a veteran and that veteran has poor credit, not the best credit in the world, and that veteran doesn't have any money in the bank, but he's got a good job? Do you think that veteran thinks he could buy a home? No. What if I say this? Are you a veteran and you have not a lot of money in the bank, but you've got a good job and your credit score is not so great? Do you know that you could actually probably buy a house? Now that veteran's like, oh, really? Let me see more. This is where the secret sauce comes in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that veteran, I'm going to send him more, the pink part, right? I'm going to get them to know me. I'm going to nurture them. I'm going to give them more information. I'm going to give them more information about what I originally put in front of them. Then that lead, I'm going to do it again. Now that lead becomes a hot where I can convert it. I also continue to nurture it. That is what good content does. And understand that your content is doing more selling for you than ever before. Views while you snooze, right? That's why you can literally go on vacation and then your content's still working for you. It's out there, but we have to commit to consistently producing content correctly so we can make a connection, so we can convert more customers and clients. All of those parts are very important. The consistency part of it, the correctly putting the right information in the right way, because if you're just posting content on your Facebook page and your business page, nobody's seeing you, just your friends and family. You want everyone else to see you. Correctly is huge. Right? You want to be seen by, oh, I found it. Yay. Okay, let's watch this. Or my team did.
Hi, everybody. Today is Sunday, April 2nd. We are at another open house. We are at 973 Timber in New Braunfels. We will be here from 2 to 5 today. So if you have a moment and you'd like to get out on this beautiful day, come on by and say hello. Another thing that I wanted to point out that, again, it is April 2nd. Spring is definitely here. You can hear the beautiful birds chirping. So what that means is that if you are thinking about maybe selling or buying this year, this is a great time to contact me so that I can give you some information, help you make some informed decisions. This is a great time of the year to buy or to sell your house. So give me a call if there's anything I can do to help. Have a good one. Happy Sunday.
Okay, now let's watch another one.
There's no question, I'm here to serve you, to be the expert and walk you through the home selling process correctly. You may not be thinking about selling your home tomorrow, but things change and you may want to or need to sell in the near future. Hi, I'm Isabel Guzman, Realtor with RE/MAX River Cities, and when it comes to selling your home, there are so many things to consider, to do, and to ask, like, how much is my house worth? How much should I list it for? Should I make any As you can see, the questions are endless. The great thing is that when you work with an experienced and full-time agent, the home selling process does not need to be so complicated. For the next couple of months, every week, I'll be sharing videos answering some of the big questions regarding the sale of your home. Please join me. Again, I'm Isabel. Please let me know if there's anything I can do for you. I'm happy to help and always bringing you home.
Okay, so let me ask you a question about that. Okay, first of all, what did we notice from the second video to the first video? What did you guys notice? What'd you notice? And I'm gonna put it in the comments. What'd you notice? Professional, good. What else? What else? She's more confident, more energy, confidence. Okay. Yes. But let me explain something to you all. She started. The first one, she didn't, she was definitely not confident, but she did a good job, right? One foot in front of the other. She started. She was perfectly imperfect. And then now she's where she is. It's a progression. You don't climb Mount Kilimanjaro in a day. It takes time. It's a marathon, not a race. But if you don't start the race, you'll never finish the race. If you don't exercise, like if you don't practice, you're not going to be able to climb. You got to start somewhere. Okay, now remember, confidence sells, enthusiasm sells. Remember your GPS, the right strategy and support. You can get there. You need the help. Okay. When I showed you that video and it showed like you see hundreds of thousands of views and you see all these things, you see hundreds of hours of watch time. That is leverage. He who has more leverage will win. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the most experienced. You don't have to be the most strongest, but if I have more leverage, I will win. Correct? Right? If I even think about it, it's impossible not to be seen every week, hundreds of hours on video and not to all of a sudden have more business. People that don't know you start to know you. They start to refer you. People that you used to work with remember you. Your girlfriend from kindergarten that you kissed in the bushes, she's like, I kissed that guy. Oh my God, he's a realtor. Let me call him. That's what happens. Okay, it really does. That's how when you go to KristaMashore.com/wins and you see hundreds of stories, you think, is that really real? Yes, because there's a reason why these Fortune 500 companies utilize this strategy, because they know it works. But it doesn't work if you don't have consistency, and it doesn't work if you don't start. Now listen to something else here that Isabel says.
I guess I just want to say thank you, Krista. I kind of fell off the wagon with COVID started, and I started slowly to get back on. And then I participated in the summit last week, and it felt so great. It just really brought me back full force, which I mean, I kind of thought I was, but I wasn't. And then I got 2 contracts and a listing last week. The listing was from my videos. And this morning I recorded 4 videos before 9 a.m. and I'm just rocking it out. I'm feeling so good, and thank you for getting me back on the horse.
Okay, so why am I showing you that? Remember, we talked about a lot of times. She said, I kind of fell off the wagon and then I got back on it and now I'm doing good again. She needed the support. The support was missing. That's why most of us don't see true change in our business, because we don't have the support.
What you do,
right?
Whoa. Great.
Let's see her. Where's that
Are
at?
you expert in your field or your area?
Hold on.
Are you in the top 100 in your field or the top 10?
First
top 5? Becoming an expert.
Sorry, everybody.
What you do is what separates you from the pack.
It's
continuing.
continuing.
Krista Mashore. And I delivered 2,000 homes.
Here we go. Okay, well, I was like, where is that coming from? Okay, see, that happened. That wasn't planned, and you guys still hopefully don't, like, you just got to roll with the punches. Stuff happens sometimes. All right, stuff happens, and we just keep on moving forward. We keep on going. Okay, so hopefully a couple of things that I've done today, right? And one of those is I've showed you that anything can be learned, anything can be taught, but we have to start, right? And that we can get better later, as time goes on. Okay, so for today's homework, number one, I'm going to remind you that you can learn things, but you do have to start. Number two, I'm going to remind you how to do the 10 video text messages, right? The 10 video text, there's a sheet in there. If you went to yesterday's homework, we show you again exactly how to do that, all right? Personalize them, do not ask for business. You want to do it over and over again. Birthdays, anniversaries, celebrating wins, new beginnings, all of that. Who do we do it to? Past clients, neighbors, contacts in the business, former colleagues, kids, schools, parents, right? Sporting activities, all of these different things, our church, our community, old friends, that's who you're going to be contacting. Okay. So for today's homework, we're going to go to KristaMashore.com/conversion-day-2. Take a picture of that. KristaMashore.com/conversion-day-2. And I'm going to tell you exactly what your homework is for today. So KristaMashore.com/conversion-day-2. All right. Today's homework is, before I do this, understand, in order for you to be a solution, you have to be solving a problem. Let me repeat that. In order for you to be a solution, you have to be solving a problem. Okay. So today's homework, you're going to write out 5 of the biggest problems that your clients have. What are 5 problems that your clients have? Right now, I can tell you there's no inventory. Buyers are having that problem. Sellers are worried they can't sell because they can't find a replacement property. Those are some problems right now that people are having. If you want to be the solution, you can be the solution if you figure out how to solve that problem. Okay. So you're going to identify 5 problems that people are having. Then you're going to do 3 bullet point solutions to each problem. Now, here's the deal, everybody. That's a lot. You don't have to do 15, 5 problems and 3 solutions, but I do want you to at least do 1 problem with 3 solutions. Identify 1 problem, give me 3 solutions. Okay. You're going to go live on your Facebook page today, and you're going to talk about something that you learned today. What'd you learn today? Well, here's a couple things. I've learned that video has a significant impact on people's purchasing power. I've learned that I just need to start. I got to be perfectly impressed. I got to start. I've learned that anyone can do anything if they just put one foot in front of the other. Okay. And you're going to do your 10 video text messages. Remember, you go to KristaMashore.com/client conversion. There's going to be a little small training to help get you excited and get you reminded of how to do this. All right. Okay. So some of you might be feeling right now like I can't do that. It looked too nice. No, we're perfectly imperfect and we just start, right? Good is better than perfect. Done is better than good, even initially. Remember, Isabel, you don't start here, you start here, but you've got to start. Okay. Okay. So 10 video text messages. Understand that when your community sees that you're taking your business seriously, they appreciate that, especially people that appreciate college and those kind of things. Show your community that you are taking your business seriously by taking a training. Oh, I took this great training today, and here's what I learned. Don't mention my name. Just talk about what you learned. Let them understand that you take your business seriously. They will take you more seriously. Remember, we don't get what we want. We get what we are. All right. Great job today. We have 163. We lost a couple people along the way. Remember, there's a lot of opportunity for you right now. If you're willing to put in the work and do something different, there's a lot of opportunity. Any questions, anybody? Any questions, or put it in the chat? How are we doing? So I'm not going to show you how to put the graphics in. That there's a ton of different, like iMovie and all that. There's a ton of different that. I don't want you worrying about graphics right now. I want you just starting, right? Like that's later. You're taking baby steps. We don't learn to ride a bike. We learn to walk first. We're learning to walk. I got to get you comfortable doing. That's why I'm making you go live and do these things. I got to get you comfortable doing. Okay. All right, everyone. Good job. I'll see you tomorrow. 9 a.m. Pacific. Remember, you promised to do the activity the day of, not the next day, the day of. So we're doing it today. We all committed yesterday. Okay, we all committed. So that's how we get things done. Joe, do you have a question? No, she's saying he's doing it. Good job. He's like, I'm doing it. Good. All right. Okay, so I'll see you here tomorrow. Keep up the good work. Keep that attitude good. Get that bracelet on. Mindset is everything when it comes to this. It's all starts with your mindset. The mind first, the life better later, right? Okay, good job, everyone. Proud of you. Success breeds success. Congratulate yourself for being here. Good work.
All right, thanks, Krista.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Krista. We'll see you.
Thanks,
tomorrow.
Krista. This was great.
Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like it. Yay.
Thank you, Krista.
You're
so much.
welcome.
Learned so much.
Oh, good. Yay.
Thank you, Krista. Hey.
You're welcome. You're awesome.
Krista.
I appreciate all of you. Appreciate all of you being here. Bye. Hey there, I have a brand new podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, where I bring my high energy right to your ears. This podcast is available on all your favorite podcast platforms. So do me a favor, go subscribe and leave a review. All this information is free and I cannot wait to teach you everything I know. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.